right, everybody. Today we're talking about something I think a lot of parents are wondering about privately. What does it actually take to raise a big family in 2026? Because every headline right now tells us that people are having fewer children, childcare costs are rising, parents are overwhelmed, and everybody is talking about needing a village. But most people aren't sure what that actually really means anymore. So today we're getting honest about the realities of raising 4 kids right now, the financial realities, the relationship realities, the mental load, the help, identity shifts that nobody really prepares you for. My guest today is Nia Sanchez. You probably know Nia from the Valley, but she's also a former Miss USA, mom of 4 children under 5, including twins. And she is somebody who's experienced nearly every version of modern motherhood in a very short period of time. So today we are talking about what having 4 kids actually looks like in 2026. Nia, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hi.
Excited to be here. I love chatting about mom things, so this is perfect.
So what is it like having 4 kids? Because I only have one. And I'm like, are we having another kid? And it kind of breaks my brain. And so I'm very curious because you are way further down the road than me.
Yeah.
You've been through like all the scary things.
We've been through all of it, all the things. I didn't expect, like postpartum depression, because I didn't have it with my first and I got it after my second pregnancy.
Really?
So it's just like, I feel like I've experienced a plethora of postpartum motherhood things with each of my postpartum seasons after the babies were born. But it's a circus. It's crazy, but it's fun.
It's really interesting to hear that your postpartum experience was so different between your first and your second, because I've had a pretty rough postpartum.
Yeah.
Retained placenta, LSD-PA, I had postpartum depression. And in my mind, I've sort of convinced myself, because I have a couple friends that have had challenging postpartum with their first, and they have their second, and their second is like super easy and it's way better. But for you, it was the reverse.
It was reverse. But I also know, just out of my own experience, every single postpartum can be completely different. So like for you, it absolutely could be the most magical, like incredible, like redemptive type of experience. Like I thought my first birth was good. And then I had my twins and the birth was actually better than the first one. And I was nervous with like twins. They prepare you for surgery and all the things. And I was able to give birth vaginally for both of them.
Wow.
And it was we were playing Shania Twain, like, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and like having a party in the delivery room. So like it was actually a really beautiful experience, but it just goes to show like you can never perfectly plan for anything after having babies, because you just never know what you're going to get.
I have very much learned that. It is kind of a fucking shit show.
It is. And with one, because you have one right now, I tell all my friends, it was hardest for me with one. Like, you're learning everything for the first time. You don't know what you're doing. Baby doesn't know what they're doing. Yeah. So you're figuring it out. I remember, I feel like I had the most challenges after one versus 2 and 3 or 4. Like, it was harder with one.
Yeah. With the first, it's such a dramatic identity shift all of a sudden. And you also don't know anything. You like read about a baby schedule.
Right.
But doing a baby schedule, everything, it's so different, like reading versus in practice. And what you learn in practice like shifts your perspective so dramatically.
It's so wild how motherhood impacts you in so many ways, like mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
It really shifts from what you were before.
I think one of my biggest learnings so far is that everything is a season and everything changes really quickly.
So fast.
And my friends who have 2+ kids are like, with that first kid, I was so scared that this phase was going to last forever and be so hard. And then with my second, I knew that everything was a phase and that it would like move on and it would be okay.
Yeah.
And so with 4 kids, it's the same.
It's the exact same. And I tell my friends in the positive way and like the negative way, if it's hard, it goes so quick. If you're loving it, it goes so quick. So either way, like whatever mental kind of headspace you need for it, if it's really hard, just know it's going to be done quickly. Or if you're loving it, like soak it all up because it's going to be done quickly.
I love that. Do you guys have a minivan?
We do have a minivan.
Oh my God.
Yes. It's either that or a Sprinter van at this point.
I was going to say, because with 4 kids, how do you fit them all into a car?
Oh, yeah. We need we have a cool minivan though.
What is it? Chrysler Pacifica?
It's a Kia Carnival.
Kia Carnival.
Even cooler. It looks like an SUV, like the body style. So it looks like you're like rolling up in like a cool SUV, but you have sliding doors, so it's easier.
Sponsor this episode.
Truly. Nia's Kia, as people were saying in season 1 of The Valley.
We have like an SUV crossover. It's a
Uh-huh.
Lucid Gravity, and it kind of looks like a minivan,
Yeah.
and it kind of functions like a
The
minivan.
sliding doors are the game changer,
So
though.
ours, the doors don't slide, but they
Yeah.
do open like the full 90
Okay,
degrees. You can
that's
like,
good.
and the third row is kind of like a minivan,
Yeah.
and like it's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
it's nice to have space. And you got one kid and it's nice to have space. Like our kids are now playing musical chairs. Asher's like, "Can I sit in Isabel's car seat?" And right, they all want to like sit in different car seats and they're just it's pure entertainment all the
Are they
time.
all different?
The twins are actually very similar
Mhm.
personality-wise. They're both happy, silly. They love to sing songs. They love to be goofy. Asher's definitely like a firstborn. He's such a leader. Like he just taught them all how to climb out of their cribs very intentionally. Big brother, let me show you how to get out. And they've
It's such a
never
cute
done it
video.
before. Yeah. So yeah, they're all different, but the twins, I would say personality-wise, are very similar. Both like just great girls.
Yeah.
The only difference with them is like the way they wake up and go to sleep. Like one girl needs a lot more sleep and the other one is just ready to jump out of bed and start her day. But other than that,
Mhm.
they're really
I
similar.
read something recently, and like I don't know the veracity of this, so like don't nobody come for me.
Yeah.
But I did IVF, and I have heard and read that if you have children from the same like IVF round,
Uh-huh.
that they often are very similar, and
Ooh.
like you could consider them to be fraternal
Oh,
twins.
totally.
And
Yeah.
so I'm like very like if we have another,
Yeah.
my second would not be from the same embryo round,
Okay.
so they would be different. But I
Different.
just read this yesterday, and I was like, "That's
Yeah. It's so
fascinating
fascinating. My
that you can
sister-in-law.
consider them to be fraternal
Yeah.
twins if they're from the same batch."
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. My sister-in-law, her two children are from the same batch. And so she's like, they were technically conceived
They
at the
were.
same time, even though they were born 3 years apart.
Yeah, they
So
were, like, in that little petri
yeah,
dish
all
together.
together.
Pretty
I know. It's so
amazing.
sweet. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanna keep talking about this. I wanna talk about expenses because having
Ooh.
4 kids, holy shit. One
Mm-hmm.
is so expensive,
Yeah.
and I had my friend Vivian too on the show, in the early episodes
Mm-hmm.
of Tell Me I'm a Good Mom, and she was like, "The most shocking childcare expense that's net new is childcare."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "You already buy clothes,
Mm-hmm.
like, you just are buying more clothes now that you have kids," and
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, in your family, what is the parenting expense that shocks you the most as a mom of 4?
Oh, for me, the expense, it just feels like more when it's twins. Like for my son, if I went to Zara or Target or wherever and I just bought like a cute shirt and a pair of shorts,
Mhm.
it feels easier than when you have to buy 2 of everything. And I know it's like it makes logical sense, like, duh, there's 2, you're buying more, but it's like a $40 pair of tennis shoes now is 80, but it just feels like so much more. I'm like, I'm spending $80 for a 2-year-old shoes, but it's 2 2-year-olds. It just feels like so much more when you're buying 2 of everything.
Yeah.
And they love right now to be dressed in the same of everything. So it's not like I'll buy this here and that there. They want the same outfits. They want the same whatever.
They want to
So
match.
so we buy 2 of everything and it adds up real quick. But no, I do agree with the childcare expense,
Yeah.
especially I feel like our generation, a lot of us don't have as much built-in village and community.
Totally.
So you're paying for your village
Do
and
you have help?
oh yes.
Yeah, I
Yes, we
guess.
have help. Absolutely. First, it started out after my son was born. My mom, we would fly her, she lives in Seattle. We would
Mhm.
fly her down once a month for about a week and a half. And so she was there to kind of just like let us breathe. And like she would take the baby at night every once in a while so we could try to get some
So
sleep. And it
nice.
was like such a blessing. And then we gained like a once a week nanny that was there every week, once a week.
Mm.
And then with the twins, we had 3 days a week in the morning. So we could at least start our day 3 days a week with like exercise and like coffee and peace and just kind of get our morning started right and get some work done.
Yeah.
But with the fourth, we've realized we needed more full-time help. So we just hired an au pair who's
Yeah.
been with us for a month and a half. And so an au pair lives with you. They work up to like 5 days a week. They just provide so much more consistent care and they become like part of the family. So that's been a game changer.
That's amazing. What would
Yeah.
happen if like all of your help disappeared tomorrow?
Ooh, we wouldn't leave the house. Or we would leave the house. We would just be like, sleep deprived and struggling because even with like childcare in the morning, if you had a really rough night with any of the kids, like not
Yeah.
sleeping well, you can catch up on sleep if you have someone there in the morning for you. But we would be sleep deprived, drinking tons of coffee and like, struggling through the day. But we also so often like we do it on our own. Like, take the whole weekend, or we used to do multiple days a week just completely on our own. And what Daniel and I would do before the fourth one, and we now have more help, is we would trade off on naps.
Mm.
Truly, sometimes throughout the day, it'd be like, okay, I'm exhausted. I need an hour and a half. And then we'll switch out and you get an hour and a half. And then we'd switch out again because we were living on like sleep deprivation, like so
Yeah.
tired all
So
the
you
time.
guys are like really good in partnership at
Oh my
like
gosh.
managing. I have
Yes.
this shift, you have this shift.
Oh, yeah.
I guess with 4, you have to be like really,
You have to
like,
support your partner.
really like dedicated and like, I don't know, are you guys like good at scheduling? Or do you have to be good at scheduling with 4 kids?
Scheduling and routines and systems are the only way to survive.
Do you think you're type A or are you
Oh, I'm
type B trying
100%
to be
type
type
A.
A?
I'm very type
You're
A.
type okay.
I'm type A that like
Easy.
is like full like falling back into type B because there's just so much to manage and
Yeah.
coordinate that sometimes you just have to like let it go and be like, I guess that's not getting done today, but I wish it was because I planned for it. So
I think that's one of the really positive things about motherhood though is
mhm.
that you learn what is really important and where
Yes.
you have to put your energy and where you want to put your
Oh yeah.
energy,
I
you
let
know?
so many things and even in like parenting, like slip through the cracks because they're not the most important things and it's not going to affect my child's development or like how happy they are. So if it's not necessary, like you don't have to wear socks with your shoes if you don't want to. They're going to stink, but like
Yeah.
if you're really going to fight me on it, I'm picking my battles, you know?
Totally. Like I'm not going to have a fight with you
No.
and like all of you
Yeah,
about your socks. Go
exactly.
for it.
We'll figure it
Go
out.
for it and like learn your lesson,
Yeah,
stinky feet.
exactly.
It's totally fine. I'm curious because this is something that I talk a little bit about on my channel. So we had a baby nurse and we have a nanny now because
Yeah,
my husband and I both work full time.
yeah.
But I'm almost hesitant to like talk really openly about that. I
Mm,
think a lot of moms feel like they can't admit that they have help.
I feel the same way at times.
You
Yeah.
feel that way?
Mhm.
So our household recently went from 2 adults, my husband and I, managing 1 baby to 2 adults plus a nanny managing 1 baby because both my husband and I are back to work full time. And you would think that more help means less chaos, but it does not automatically mean that because between doctor's appointments, my schedule, my husband's schedule, and Nell's new schedule of music class at the library, we were running the entire operation over group texts between the 3 of us. And somebody was always asking, like, wait, okay, who's taking her to the doctor's appointment at 2:00? The Skylight calendar ended that chaos. It's an all-in-one digital smart calendar that syncs seamlessly with Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook, and more with daily, weekly, or monthly views, which is so helpful for us because we're all on different calendar programs and different phones. Everybody in the house gets their own color, including our nanny. So one glance at the kitchen wall tells you who's on doctor duty and who's taking Nell to the library. That nobody told me conversation is officially retired in our home. And if you get a Skylight calendar and in 4 months you're not 100% thrilled with it, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. Families are better when they're working together. Right now, Skylight is offering our listeners $30 off their 15-inch calendars by going to myskylight.com/goodmom. Go to myskylight.com/goodmom for $30 off your 15-inch calendar. That's myskylight.com/goodmom. So I have spoken about rhythm before because I'm postpartum and I'm doing tons of health monitoring with my blood. And I really have been focused on my iron levels recently because postpartum, I was so tired, but not regular new mom tired, like the kind of tired where you sit down to fold a single onesie and you want to close your eyes and take a nap. And here's the thing. If you are trying to fix something like that and you're not tracking your blood work while you do it, you're basically flying blind. And that's why I'm so excited about our partner, Rhythm. Rhythm is the world's easiest blood test to help you learn what's happening inside your body. You take it in 2 minutes at home, no needles, just a sleek, painless collection device that you peel and stick on your arm. You draw a small sample and you mail it to their lab, and then you get results back in around 3 days. And instead of one snapshot a year at the lab, you can test every month and you can track movement across over 30 biomarkers: cholesterol, inflammation, hormones, metabolic health. For me, it means I can actually watch what's going on in my body and see my vitamin levels go up instead of guessing whether what I'm doing is working. And it's only $79 a month. It ships right to your door and you can cancel anytime. Right now, Rhythm is offering our listeners 15% off your first month and free shipping at rhythm.health/goodmom. That's Rhythm with 1H, rythm.health/goodmom for 15% off your first month and free shipping. Stop guessing, start testing. Rhythm.health/goodmom. I want to talk about Bond Charge. You guys have seen the Bond Charge red light face mask on my Instagram story a bunch now because I use it very frequently. Bond Charge is a holistic wellness brand with a whole range of evidence-based products. That means they're grounded in science, inspired by nature, everything from blue light blocking glasses to circadian friendly lighting. My favorite product, though, is their red light face mask. And here's my honest situation. Postpartum, my skin just really started to look tired, thin, a little dull, like the glow that I had when I was pregnant packed up and left with my sleep schedule. I have been calling this season getting my pink back, and the red light face mask has become a real part of that. It combines red and near infrared light to penetrate the skin, supporting cellular energy production and skin elasticity, and it targets fine lines and uneven tone while supporting firmness. I wear it for 10 minutes a day, usually while Nell naps and I lie on the couch doing absolutely nothing, which frankly is its own wellness practice. And a month in, my skin genuinely looks less thin than it did, firmer, brighter, more like me. It's non-invasive, chemical-free, ships free with a 12-month warranty, and it's HSA and FSA eligible for up to 30% in savings, which is pretty great. Go to bondcharge.com and use code GOODMOM to save 15%. That's BONCHARGE.com and use code GOODMOM to save 15%.
I know that it's such a privilege to be able to have an au pair live with us and help us with our children.
Yeah.
And I know even before that, it was a privilege to have someone come 3 mornings a week and be consistent, like childcare, and we view them as an extension of our family. We're so grateful for them. But I know it's a privilege and not everybody can afford that. So I do feel that guilt or almost discomfort sometimes, but I feel like it's still something that needs to be shared, because people might look at you and say how are you doing it all you have, and it's well, I'm doing it because I also am able to provide help, because then I feel like there's so much comparison in motherhood. So I might see someone on social media and compare myself to them, not realizing that they maybe have a full staff, maybe they have a cook and a cleaner and a au pair, and I have no idea because I'm just seeing what they're sharing and they're not sharing the whole picture.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to also share the whole picture so there's not so much negative comparison.
I think the transparency is really important. But yeah, there's that piece of me that is I know that not everybody has this help, and I feel guilty for it sometimes. But we need the help. I literally have 3 full-time jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
My husband works constantly.
Yes.
I will say, to your point, I see these moms on the internet that have recovered so swiftly from having babies, at least visually, aesthetically. I don't know what their mental state is, right? But they go from having a baby to being back in a bikini in 2.5 months.
A mom I followed was back in a crop top 5 days after giving birth, and I'm just
I'm just
goodness gracious,
how are you doing this?
Yeah.
And am I a little bit jealous? Yeah, I guess so. But also I don't know. It's how are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because I think people look at me and they're how are you doing it? And I'm guys, there are people that are doing way more than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have not exercised once. I have taken walks.
No, I'm in the same boat as you. Up until 8 months postpartum, all I was physically, mentally able to do was go on some walks, because I didn't have even the mental capacity or space to go to a gym and lift weights and all of that. It was I can get out and walk. That's all I can do right now.
I guess that is helpful for me to remember, because I have only started to feel normal again for the last 7 days.
Yes.
I literally just turned the corner from deep in postpartum recovery and postpartum depression to all of a sudden I feel so much more like myself again. Yeah. So now I'm oh, maybe I could pick up a weight.
Yeah. But literally that just happened for you. Yeah, exactly. And it can take so much time. I had no interest in it. Wasn't in my mental capacity for me for 8 months.
I'm curious, with you, so you've had 4 kids, 3 pregnancies, for you, did the switch just flip one day where you were I'm in the postpartum hole to all of a sudden I feel normal again? Is my experience with that typical?
I feel like it is. Yeah. I feel like it's very typical, because after all of my pregnancies, I was very intentional to really take it easy and give myself space and time to recover physically, hormonally, emotionally, all of that, and just
Yeah.
be present. And yeah, it doesn't happen right away. And it's different for me after each postpartum season. I felt better quicker after the twins. And it took me 8 months to feel like, oh, I can go to the gym. But also, I think for a lot of moms
Mhm.
is don't compare yourself to another mom that has a baby that's sleeping through the night. Because if your baby is waking up at night and you're still up multiple times and you're like, oh, she's working out, I'm not working out. Well, sure, her baby is asleep. She's getting 8 hours sleep. And you're
Yeah.
getting, every hour and a half, 2 hours interrupted sleep or 4 hours or whatever it is. So it's like, I feel like it's so easy. I catch myself comparing
Yeah.
to other moms. And so I just want to like let other moms know. And like, hey, if your baby's not even sleeping, if
Yeah.
your body mentally, physically, hormonally, you're not there, like take it easy. You'll get there eventually.
Yeah, thankfully, I
Yeah.
have been very kind to myself on that.
Good.
I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rest. I had such a weird postpartum.
Yeah.
I'm still in postpartum, but
Yeah,
very
you are.
weird early days. I'm curious with your husband. Like, you guys have 4 kids. What
Mhm.
causes the most fights in your house?
Oh my gosh. Sleep deprivation. And
Oh,
we've done this since after my first one. And every time we have a baby, we say we're not going to do it this time. But it's the battle of I'm more tired. No, I'm more tired. And I have put my foot down so many times and say, you know what? You're not nursing a baby. You never get to be more tired. But we both is like, no, but I was up with the twins all night. And I was like, yeah, well, I was up with, we have gone back and forth on this after every baby
yeah.
of the who's more tired. And there's no winning that battle. And we know it and we still do it. So
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest fight with us is like, no, I'm more tired. No, I'm more tired. But we also support each other. Like, okay, you get a nap and then I get a nap. And so we support each other on the other side of it. But I don't know. I think as a mom, I hate to hear the husband say he's tired ever. I'm like,
Oh, same.
I'm still breastfeeding my baby. You don't get to be tired. Like,
Yeah, it's like I grew
yeah.
this child and like I carry more of the mental load.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
which is
So I'm more tired.
which is also exhausting.
Oh my
Having everything
goodness.
in your brain,
Mhm.
having 27 tabs open
Mhm.
constantly about the family stuff
Oh,
is
yeah.
is is exhausting.
And everybody has different schedules. Like our son is learning piano and I want all 3 of the kids to go to like a nature class. And there's just
Yeah.
always something to manage schedule wise. Is how are the au pair's hours? Are they scheduled out for the week? Do we need to shift it because an event came up? It's always the mental load, I think, for the mom, especially. A lot of dads carry that weight well too, but I feel like often it defaults to the mom.
Do you think that there's something else that society expects more from mothers than from fathers? Because like you're an
Oh, yeah.
experienced mom now.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there's just this standard, and it is talked about a lot, where dads, there's never a like they never ask dad, oh my gosh, like how are you doing it all? If a dad is really successful in his career, but they ask a woman, how are you doing all? And it's like, for me, I'm grateful to have a supportive partner, and we really support each other. But I feel like that double standard is there where they just expect men like, oh, you're fine, leave your kids, do it. But even here, I have people DMing me, where are all your kids? They're home with their dad. Like, what do you mean where are all the kids? Like, and he's figuring it out. Like our au pair, she wasn't working one of the days. And I'm like, he's got it. He's taking care of the kids. He'll figure it out. Like dad is there too. So I do feel like there's that double standard with women. and
Literally,
moms.
somebody the other day said to me, because I was doing something,
Mhm.
and my husband was home with Nell, and they're like, "Oh, your husband's babysitting the baby."
Oh, I cannot. No,
I was like, "He's not babysitting. He's her dad.
he's being a parent.
He's parenting the baby."
Exactly.
And they like realized that they, that was word vomit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that like in 2026, like dads step up to the
They
plate.
really step up. Yes. And he's fully capable. Like, I feel like there's a lot of
Right?
Instagrams that's like all the things I did to prepare to like leave my husband for 3 days. And I'm like, I did nothing. I literally was like, can you do like a little activity with the kids that shows like when I'm coming home, like a little countdown calendar? Because I know he can do it. He
Yeah.
can do this. He can do all the things. Like, he's got it.
Right. Like
Yeah.
he knows how much she eats. He knows her
Mhm.
diaper size.
Yes.
He knows how to do bedtime routine.
Yes.
Because he actively does all of these things.
Exactly. The only thing Daniel is working on is doing the twins' hair. He's not a pro at the hair yet.
Okay.
Other
well,
than that, he's good. And but I do expect him to get there because I'm like, my dad learned how to braid my hair. So you'll get there eventually. You'll figure it out.
I have to say that like he gets a pass on that
Uh-huh.
because there are some moms that probably suck at doing hair too.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like-
true. Yeah. I'm like, you don't have to be perfect, but, make an effort.
I don't think it's gender specific if you're good at hair or not.
Yes, true.
I want to talk about identity because
Mhm.
the shift to become a mother happens instantly,
Mhm.
and it's dramatic, and it can be kind of shocking,
Yeah.
especially in those early days of your first baby. And I'm curious if there is something that motherhood either took from you that you're still grieving,
Mm,
or something that motherhood gave to you that
mm.
you really celebrate.
Ooh, that's a good question. I am an avid traveler and I
Mm.
am a spur of the moment traveler. So that's something that for me, for many people, they might be like, oh, that's a weird thing to say. But like, I loved the just freedom of being like, oh, I sounds so random, but like I'm going to Finland next week and just like booking a flight and going or wherever it might be. Because I have friends, I'm lucky I competed for Miss Universe. I have friends in like every country all over the world. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my girlfriends are going to meet up here. I'm going to go. And so with motherhood, it takes a lot more planning. With 4 kids, it's a lot more expensive if I'm bringing the kids along. So that's something so random. And I feel like maybe not a lot of people can relate to, but I have such a heart and passion for like culture and just being immersed in different places
Yeah.
all over the world. And I love it. But I feel like motherhood has given me so much more like depth of love. Like it's hard. I don't know. I feel like these aren't great answers, but just like
It's a great answer. I
I'm
think on the first part, you're really speaking to like independence, and
yeah,
all moms experience the loss of independence.
yeah.
You can't
It's
just do whatever you want
no.
anymore.
You gotta find a baby. Even if you just want to go like out on a date night. You
Yeah,
have to plan for it. You have to schedule it. You have to get
correct.
help and support. And so even that like freedom and independence of being spur of the moment, even in Los Angeles at home, like it's just different.
Hmm.
But I'm obsessed with my kids and they bring me so much joy. Like if I'm having a bad day with work or whatever it might be, all I need to go is like do is hang out with my baby or hang out with the like or my son. Like it's just so much fun.
Well, they're
So
just
oh my
infectious. Like
gosh, their joy.
they're so joyful. My
Yeah.
daughter's like really like hyper aware now and
Yeah.
engages with us and knows stuffs and laughs and giggles. She's 5.5 months old. And like
Yeah.
it just has brought me so much joy
Hmm.
all of a sudden, like getting out of that like really newborn phase into
Yeah.
more of like an infant baby phase.
It's the best.
Like now it's a two-way
Yep.
relationship, and I'm starting to feel this like depth of love and passion and joy that is just so remarkable.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, do you remember when you were little and you felt your emotions so strongly?
Mhm.
Being a parent is like that again.
It is.
It brings back that intensity that
Mhm.
you experienced, I think, as a young person discovering the world for the first
Yep.
time, because you're kind of rediscovering the world again
You
through your
are. Oh
child.
my goodness. You 100% are. It's all brand new. It's so beautiful. Um, and it just keeps getting better. Like if you think it's good now, wait 2 more months,
Oh my
wait
God,
4 more
I'm so
months. Like
excited.
it's so fun. It's just the best. I love like 6 months on is just like so magical. So,
Yeah, I can't wait. We'll be
yeah.
there. We'll be there very shortly.
Yeah.
What is a job that you do every day that nobody in your family notices?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I want to tell you about a little moment I had the other day. I was heading to the doctor. I was on the Upper East Side because it seems like all the doctors in New York City are on the Upper East Side. And I happened to walk past the Roller Rabbit store up there, and I could not walk past it. I had to go in. And I walked out, of course, with a fresh pair of pajamas for me and another matching set for me and Nell. And I'm telling you, us in our matching pajamas is one of my favorite things in the entire world right now. This is like the only little matchy thing that I have with my daughter, but it is so special and cute. And creating those little magic moments with my daughter, it really just gets me. If you're not familiar with Roller Rabbit, it's a globally inspired lifestyle brand known for its vibrant prints, iconic sleepwear, and thoughtfully crafted pieces designed to bring comfort, color, and ease to everyday life. They really have something for everyone, from babies and kids to parents and grandparents, which makes the whole brand feel really rooted in family and togetherness and celebrating the joyful stuff, which is where I'm at right now, 6 months postpartum. And the quality is incredible. Nellie and I wore our special PJs on a little weekend away together, and we were just in comfort the entire time. My husband kept saying how cute we look, and I was like, yeah, we look cute, but we're also comfortable. They use premium materials like 100% Pima cotton, soft natural linens, washable silks, and their signature ultra soft Pima fabrics. You can honestly feel the craftsmanship the second you put them on, and it's no surprise that their PJs have such a loyal following. They are known for their classic block printed sleepwear and loungewear, but they offer so much more. ready to wear, swimwear, jewelry, bedding. The list goes on. And all of it is united by their love of color, pattern, and print. And that brings me to their newest collection, the Golden Hour collection. And it perfectly captures everything Roller Rabbit does so well. It's inspired by summer memories, travel, those magical moments that become part of your family's story. Think colorful European fruit markets, vintage inspired prints, elevated dresses, family pajamas made for making memories all season long. I especially love the limited edition Summer Memories prints, which features special Spain and Italy inspired versions of Roller Rabbit's iconic monkey. It's packed with charming hand drawn details from the Spanish tile motifs to travel inspired illustrations. The whole collection just feels warm, nostalgic, and honestly full of joy. Visit rollerrabbit.com and take 20% off your purchase of $150 or more with code GOODMOM20 at checkout. Again, that's ROLLERRABBIT.com with code GOODMOM20 for 20% off your purchase of your order of $150 or more. Terms and exclusions apply. Okay, I snuck away the other day. I didn't actually snuck away. My husband and I were like, yes, I should go do this. But I have to tell you about what I did because I did it. I loved it and it worked. A few weekends ago, I hit that wall. You know the one. Nell is 6 months old. I have not had any kind of break yet. I love my baby. I love my home, but I needed to be in neither of those places for just a couple of hours. So I booked a resort pass day, solo, just me, a hotel pool, and the book that I have been pretending to read since February, but actually did read on this fantastic day with Resort Pass. Here's the concept. Resort Pass gives you access to luxury hotel pools, spas, and cabanas for the day. No overnight stay. I'm not ready to stay away from the baby yet. No membership fees. You book in under 5 minutes. Passes start at $25 and they have same day booking, which pairs beautifully with the I need to not be in my house right now feeling. They partner directly with over 2,500 hotels and resorts across the US, the Caribbean, and Mexico. So you get the same elevated experience as an overnight guest. I literally came home a different person, calmer, nicer. Honestly, just ask my husband. Visit resortpass.com/goodmom to get $20 off your first booking of $100 or more. That's resortpass.com/GOODMOM for $20 off. Resort Pass. The day is yours.
I mean, I just feel like the systems and the routines that like keep us moving, the little itsy bitsy details that are just part of the flow now, but like teaching the kids how to be like little independent humans. So because we have 4 and I can't be picking up their diaper when they wake up in the morning and putting it in the diaper pail and putting their clothes in the hamper and all the things. So every day I'm trying to teach them slowly but surely how to be little independent human beings to the capacity of their age. But like when they get on their clothes for the day, first thing in the morning when they're out of the cribs, they put their diapers in the diaper pail themselves and they put their pajamas in the dirty clothes themselves. And they know like where to put the hanger back. Like they're very, I feel like it's so important, but maybe something that's like overlooked, but just the teaching of the little ones, like how to be
You're managing
little
all of
people.
that, how to be a little
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so special and it's so fun to see them like develop and be able to do things, even how to get themselves dressed. Like,
Feels very Montessori.
it is very Montessori. I love Montessori, all the things. I'm like, I have everything at their height. We have 3 little chairs right by the front doors. They can sit down and like do their best to get their own socks and shoes on.
Oh, you
and
have read a Montessori book. I can see.
I have listened to so many audiobooks and I have read so many parenting books. I'm in a mom's like book club. And so,
You are?
yeah, so we read so many incredible books and we come together and sometimes we're like, oh, I don't like that advice or that book felt really judgy or this was incredible. I'm going to implement these things. So
What's one of
yeah.
your favorite books?
Ooh, when it comes to just like the freedom of childhood, I love There's No Such Thing as Bad Weather. It's a really easy, quick read.
Okay.
And it talks about how in Europe and I think more of like the Scandinavian countries, there's no such thing as bad weather. Like a lot of people I feel like in the US are like, oh, it's cold outside.
Oh, yes,
We're not
the
going to go
Germans
out.
do this.
Or it's rainy. Exactly.
You just have the wrong outfit. The weather's not bad.
Exactly. You're going to be outside for 3 hours, so put on the right clothes.
Yeah.
Like, and you're going to have fun and it's so good for kids. So I love that.
I think that a lot of women struggle through motherhood and we don't talk about it a lot.
I agree.
I'm trying to talk about it more just
Yeah.
to be like, hey, like you can really fucking love your kid and
Yeah.
love being a mom, and also it's hard.
Mhm.
What do you think people are not saying out loud?
Um, that, I mean, and I don't know about you, but I've gotten a lot of criticism for like with the show that I'm on for any time that I express that I'm tired or overwhelmed.
Mm.
And a lot of people tell me, well, you did this to yourself.
Why did you have 4 kids if you didn't
Exactly.
want to take care of 4 kids?
Exactly. You can't do it. You're already overwhelmed. And I actually don't know why people feel comfortable saying that to other moms. And I know you ask for advice a lot. Like, do you always get positive feedback? Because I feel like I would say I get about 90% positive feedback or advice or tips and tricks from other moms, but I do get a lot of that criticism too. And I'm like, why do you feel comfortable saying that to another mom, to take another mom down a
I don't think anyone
notch?
would ever say that to your face. I think they
Yeah.
would only say it to you on the internet.
Yeah.
Do
I
you know what I
agree. I
mean?
agree.
I
Yeah.
think because, yeah, we do a lot of advice on my channels
Hmm.
and back and forth. It's a very like parasocial relationship,
Yeah.
which I love. And I find that the majority of it is positive, but
Yeah.
there is that small contingent of just fucking bitches
Hmm.
that are trying to be mean for no
Yeah.
reason, or I don't understand the
Yeah.
motivation. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I remember I was like really struggling a few months ago, and somebody left a comment, and I like went at her in the comments, but she was like, "Oh, like clearly she regrets having a kid," and I was like,
I
I can't
cannot.
remember what I even replied, but
Yeah.
like I was like on one that night.
Yeah. Yep.
And I
Hmm.
was like, "You have no fucking clue."
Yeah.
And it was so, so hurtful, and, like, the
Yeah.
words can really cut deep,
Hmm.
and I just don't know why, and it's really, like, moms that come after other moms.
Yeah.
Like, no man has been in
Hmm.
my comment being
Right.
like, "Oh, blah, blah, blah," you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So, most of it is lifting one another up
Yeah.
because I think, like, we know,
We get it.
we get
And we
it.
support other mamas. Like we're there for I do feel like there's such an incredible like mom community that for me with my first, it
Yeah.
was really incredible to like step into. And I didn't realize like it was such overall like a supportive community. And
Yeah.
even with the other women in my life, like my grandmother opening up and telling me stories about when she was
Oh,
pregnant and
that's so
when she had
nice.
small kids and
Yeah.
my mom. And I'm like, oh, this is a whole new side of our relationship that I never experienced before. But now that I'm stepping into motherhood, I'm connecting with other women in different ways. So I think there is a really positive side to it.
I think so too. When I was pregnant, I was really worried about cattiness in
Hmm.
motherhood. I
Hmm.
think because of what I was seeing on the internet.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I named the show Tell Me I'm a Good Mom, which is
Yeah.
like a funny kind of like play on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to do their best and wants to others to see that they're doing their best and
Yeah.
making their best effort. Um, and I have been really pleasantly surprised by the reality of it, right? With like
Yeah.
my real relationships and my group chats and people that come on the show,
Yeah.
with how supportive and kind everybody generally
Yeah.
is. It's just the fucking internet, you guys.
I
The
know.
internet belongs in the trash can. It leads me to my actual like last question for the
Okay.
episode. What do you think the biggest lie social media tells to mothers?
Oh, I go right back to comparison that
Mm.
like you have to do it all and you can and should juggle everything and be successful at everything. And your house has to be clean. Oh my gosh. The clean house is something that I have in my mind all the time. And it's never clean and perfect, especially with 4 small kids.
Yeah,
But
with 4.
I see these moms. I'm like, how are you doing it? Like, how is your house so clean? How is there no toys all over the floor? Or like, I have so many like crayon stains everywhere. And I'm like, how did it get on the rug again? Like, I just feel like there's so much comparison. I find myself doing it with like, everything's perfect. And I compare myself and I know that everything is not perfect, but I'm like, but if they're doing it, I should do it. And I have to
Yeah.
do that reality check. I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
They're showing me the clean corner of their house, just like I'm showing someone else the cleaner corner of my house. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of that comparison out
Everybody
there.
gets to pick and choose what they put on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, and everyone has, I mean, nobody can do it all.
Yeah.
And so you're right. Like these like glossy, perfect,
Yeah.
examples of motherhood, I don't think are real examples of
Yeah.
motherhood.
But
They're
that's why I appreciate what
manufactured.
you're doing. I feel like you're really showing all sides of it. And I feel like it makes it safer for other women to be like, okay, I'm not alone in this. So it's like, it's beautiful. Like even saw your post with like, this is my 5 months postpartum body. And it's like, thank you, because I was feeling the exact same way at 5 months. And it's like, you know what? This is me and it's okay. And I don't have to rush it. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like so many other women are like, okay, they see that and they're like, I don't have to rush it either.
Thank you. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I think that like my comparison thing is body stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have always had a lot of like body image issues.
Yeah.
I was on TV since I was like 16 years old.
Yep.
And like you see yourself on that screen and you see women that are more beautiful than you and skinnier than you. And it's like constant comparison, right?
Absolutely.
And being in this postpartum body has really been an interesting exercise for me in like self-love and patience.
Yes.
And there's a lot of duality in how I feel right now because I am pretty comfortable in my body, but I also don't like it. I feel both.
I felt the same too.
And I don't really know how to explain it any other way than that.
Yeah.
Do
And
you
I
know
feel
what
like
I mean?
that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I kept reminding myself, like, it's okay. It's okay to love my body and all that it's done and like be comfortable enough, but also know that like at some point I want to start working towards like feeling stronger and like feeling better in my skin, but like I don't have to rush it right now.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you. I also think I'm trying to find the language to communicate that wanting to feel good in your body for me, I don't feel is vain. Do you know what I mean? I think other
Absolutely.
people may think it's vain.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know. Maybe it is vain. And maybe that's okay.
Yeah. I think it is okay. I've also gotten a lot of criticism for after like I had the twins a year later. I was like, I want to do a mommy makeover eventually. Like I had a 4-finger gap with like my ab separation. And I was just like, my doctor was like, I don't know if you're ever going to be able to fix it. We might have to do surgery to fix it. And I want to lift. I breastfed 4 babies. Like I just, there's a lot going on. And I got a lot of criticism for wanting to feel good in my skin. But I don't think that we should criticize women for wanting to feel good in their own bodies, whether it's vain or for whatever reason. It's like, it's okay to want to feel confident and happy and strong and all of that. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a delight.
Oh, thank you. You're a delight. I'm so glad to be here. I love any type of mom conversation. So thanks for having me.
It sounds like having 4 kids in 2026 is actually okay.
It's okay. You can do it somehow. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It's wild, but you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bravo. Let's all have 4 kids, everybody.
Yeah. Bravo. Bravo.
Bravo. Okay. Nia, so where can listeners find you?
Thank you for asking. Real Nia Sanchez on everything. All social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, of course. Real Nia Sanchez.
And on Bravo.
And on Bravo. Yo, yeah. You want to watch me on the Valley? You can do that too. Life is crazy.
My husband's tuning in. I hope he doesn't listen to this episode. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.